do you make sure the decisions you're making today actually support where you want to be later in life? Because the longer things sit, the fewer choices you may have when you finally need to act. I meet with people all the time who've built a lot over the years. They've saved, they invested, and they've made thoughtful decisions, but everything is still a little spread out. Different accounts, different places, different decisions at different times. And they'll say, we've got things going, we just haven't pulled it together. Or they'll say, we're getting closer to retirement and just want to make sure there aren't any gaps. And here's what starts to happen. You think you know what you have, but you're making decisions without seeing the whole picture. And when you can't see the whole picture, it's hard to know what's going to work together and what's overlapping or what's missing. That's where things begin to drift between where you are today and where you're trying to go. I sat with someone recently who had accounts in several places. A retirement account from one job, another from years ago, a few investment accounts, and some savings here and there. And when I asked, can we walk through everything together? They said, I think I know what I have, but I've never really seen all of it in one place. And once we did, there were things they didn't realize accounts doing the same thing, others not being used well, and pieces that weren't connected. I've also seen this happen where someone did go through everything at one point. They sat down together, they reviewed it, they talked it through. But that was years ago, and over time, you don't use that information every day. So when you go back to it, you remember bits and pieces or parts of it, but not enough to feel confident. And that hesitation matters because now you're making decisions based on what you think is there, not what you know is there. I had another conversation where someone said something that really stuck with me. They said, I know we have everything somewhere. I just wouldn't know how to explain it if someone asked. And that's real, because if you can't explain it, it's hard to feel confident in it. And the risk isn't always obvious. It's that you move forward thinking everything is fine when there are still gaps you just can't see yet. And over time, that puts more pressure on decisions you'll have to make later. Because at some point, your future is going to depend on what you're doing or what you've done today. That's usually where we start, not by adding more, not by changing everything, but by bringing it together. We gather everything, we look at where things stand, we walk through how it connects, and sometimes it's not about starting over. It's about updating what's already there so it reflects where you are now for your future you. Because once you can see everything clearly, decisions start to feel different. You're not guessing. You're not piecing things together. You're making decisions from a place of clarity. And that's what connects where you are today with where you're going. If you're not completely sure how everything fits together right now, that's usually a sign it's time to look at it. Let's sit down and walk through it. If this brought someone to mind, feel free to share it with them. I'm Vicki Jerd, a financial advocate who helps individuals, especially as they get closer to retirement, make sure everything they built works together, even through life's transitions, such as a job loss, divorce, caregiving, or the loss of a loved one. And you can reach out at bfinancialpartners.net or call me. Because when things come together, your future starts to feel clearer. And remember to be financially prepared for today and the uncertainties of tomorrow.